Hey, what's up? It's Jordan, the Millionaire Millennial, and in this video I'm going to be talking about how to sell on Amazon in 2019. So this is actually going to be a video series, several videos long, where I'm going to talk about all of the different methods to sell on Amazon, how they've changed over the past year, and what you can do right to make sure you're successful moving into 2019. First thing I want to address is going to be a little bit of housekeeping, which is some frequently asked questions. These are questions I get asked almost every single day, and I want to answer those really quick before we jump into everything else. So the first question I get all the time is Amazon still a good opportunity? I heard that people aren't selling on Amazon anymore. Is it still good? I heard it's too competitive. I heard this, I heard that. I heard you can't make money. I heard you get blah, blah, blah. The answer to is Amazon still a great opportunity is 110% yes. And let me explain it, because a lot of people can just say yes. But let me point you to the fact that Amazon is still a very large growing company. They're continuing to grow at a very, very fast pace. And so they continue to acquire more customers that are buying on their platform, which means that they need to continue to grow and have more sellers to sell to those buyers on their platform. Right now, Amazon owns over 50% of the e-commerce space. That means if something is purchased on the internet, there's a 50% chance that it was purchased from Amazon. Furthermore, 50% of Amazon sales come from Amazon third-party sellers like me and you. Therefore, 25% of all e-commerce sales on the internet are from an Amazon third-party seller, which is mind-blowing considering there's billions and billions of products sold every year. So what exactly does that tell us? Well, it tells us that Amazon is still growing very quickly. They're acquiring more customers, and in order to acquire more customers, they need more products to sell to those customers. Therefore, they need more third-party sellers selling more products. So Amazon continues to be a very great opportunity for new sellers and old sellers alike. Old sellers to continue growing larger and larger, and new sellers to jump on the platform and start selling. Another big question I get is, can I sell from a different country than the one I'm selling in? For example, if I live in India, can I sell in the United States? Or if I live in Belgium, can I sell in the UK? And the answer, of course, is yes. A lot of people sell from all over the world. Now, Amazon has a list of countries that they don't allow, but there's actually ways to get around that. If you create an LLC or a corporation in a country they do allow, and partner with somebody, or work with an attorney to establish that company, then you can literally sell from anywhere in the world, in any country. It doesn't matter where you're from. I have students from like 60 something countries all over the world, and they're all able to create their accounts and start selling. And it depends on the method that they use. Obviously, certain methods are going to be easier for people that live in different countries. And I'll get into that in this series when we talk about the different methods of selling. I'm going to talk about which method is better for who. But the point is, yes, you can sell from pretty much any country, anywhere in the world. And that's only going to get easier as we move forward, because Amazon's goal as a company, Jeff Bezos has even said this himself, that he wants to be the everything store, right? He wants to sell everything everywhere in the world, and Amazon's constantly growing their worldwide platform. They're opening fulfillment centers all over the world in almost every single country. So odds are you can actually very soon will be able to sell in your own country, not have to sell in some other country as well. For example, they just recently opened Amazon Australia and Amazon India, and you can now sell on those platforms from anywhere in the world. If you live in the US, you can sell in Australia or India, and they're opening some in Israel hopefully this year. And so there are all over the world, and Amazon is only going to continue to grow, and it's going to become easier and easier for people in other countries to sell on the Amazon platform. The question that's on everybody's mind is, how much money is this going to cost me? Because it sounds like a decent opportunity, but I don't have a lot of money. Or maybe I do have a lot of money, but I don't have a lot of time, so how can I balance the two? What is a good budget for starting Amazon FBA? Well, the great thing about Amazon is that there's a lot of different methods to sell, and again, I'm going to get into those in this series, all the different methods, but each method has its own budget. So for example, we're going to talk about arbitrage. Arbitrage is very, very cheap to get started. Some people can get started for as low as like $100. You go to a thrift shop and you buy some stuff and you flip it. That is how you get started there. Of course, you can start with more money. You can start with several $100s. You can do online arbitrage, get some software going, and have all that automated so you don't have to actually go to stores. And then there's private label, where you can start for maybe around $500 to $1,000, but ideally you're gonna want a slightly larger budget of over $1,000 to do it right, if you will. And I'll get into, again, all the logistics of how to do a private label the right way in this series. We're gonna talk about that. And last, there's wholesale. And wholesale does require a larger budget because you wanna place larger orders with the company to get those big discounts so that you can sell things at a profit. But at the same time, I have talked to a lot of people that are doing wholesale on a lot lower budget, and they're actually not even spending that much money up front to be doing wholesale deals with different brands. And again, I'm going to get into how to find brands and what to say to them, and how to actually negotiate brand deals in this series. So lastly, if you're just rearing to go and you just want to get out there and go, how can you get started today? Well, watching this video, you're already off to a great start, honestly, because in this series, we're gonna go over all the things that you need to do to get started. But if you don't wanna wait for every video to come out, I actually have a guide that I'll link below. It's several pages long. It's just a Google Doc, and it lays out step by step each method. And so you can, get that guide, you can print it out, and then you can follow along on the series as I talk about everything. And you'll be able to hopefully get a really good understanding of the steps that you need to take for each different method of selling on Amazon. So I hope that clears up some questions and concerns, and that finishes up our housekeeping. So in the next video, we're gonna get into arbitrage, which again is one of the least expensive methods to getting started when you're selling on Amazon. And so that's gonna be really exciting for a lot of those low budget people that just wanna scrape it up and get going. And so that's what we're gonna be talking about in the next video in this series, and I'll see you there.